Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk and I'm Heidi Smith, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the United Kingdom, and today's project is using the fabulous Special Someone stamp set. I don't really do cute, but I do it, but I love these. You've got a squirrel, which is obviously here in the UK we have lots of squirrels, and I have a particular favourite of red squirrels, a little mouse and a raccoon. We don't have raccoons, I wish we did, but it reminds me of kind of badgers and all sorts of cutesies. The lovely thing is you've got these super balloons and heart balloons along with some sentiments as well. So that's the stamp set I'm using, and this is the project we're creating. And really what I want to focus on today is a bit of a background technique project. And it's just a way of getting a different sort of background effect along with the die cut shapes here, because what I didn't mention was obviously that you don't have to fussy cut these because they come with a whole host of dies. So there's that lovely grass element here, a little speech bubble, and all the balloons and the animals are die cut as well. So away we go. So in terms of the card, it's just a slightly different easel card. You can see all I've done is stuck the panel down on that on the side there, just to make a little bit of a different fold, and it keeps the integrity of the card. So when it stands up, you've got this kind of staggered effect, which I think is rather pretty. Okay, so card base. You need just a standard card base. So this is 21 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres, or at least it will be when I've trimmed it. And you're going to score that at 10.5 centimetres to create our card base. And then all I'm going to do is quite simply cut at 4.5 centimetres up to the score line. So what I usually do is double check my fold, make sure I'm happy with my front, and then line this up at 4.5 centimetres. And you're going to be cutting this top section here. So straight down to the score line. Okay, pop that away. And to get that background technique, it is really, really easy. I'm using a couple of inks. I'm using my Pool Party for the sky and some Pear Pizzazz. And quite simply, all I'm going to do is I'm grabbing a piece of cling film. I think you call this cling wrap in the States, but it is literally just the sort of the film that you use. And I'm just dabbing that onto the ink pad, onto the side, and then across the bottom. I'm just dabbing it once to take off the kind of darkest colour, like so. And then I've got a separate piece for my Pool Party. So again, and this is literally just scrunch it up. So depending on what sort of effect you get, if you don't like the first bit you get and you stamp it off, just grab another piece. So I'm just loosely kind of gathering it together, and as I say, I'm not dabbing it too heavily. And he's me going silent. Okay, so all you do is just keep going until you've got the kind of effect that you are happy with as well. Depth of colour, there you go, all sorted. So that's our background effect. So I'm then going to just adhere this panel down. You don't have to, you could cut that away, but you know, it just does mean that you've got a nice strong panel there. Like so. Now I've already die cut some of the grass panels in Mossy Meadow, and you'll see that this is just long enough to go all the way across. So all I'm going to do is stick it down on this piece first with some dimensionals, because I want my little creatures to be stood behind the grass. So I'm going to put the first piece down flat, and then I've got a second piece which I'm going to put on once I've put my animals on. So with this, I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid adhesive along there, which is nicely blobbed for me. Great. Easy way to deal with that, if that ever happens to you. Just grab a little scrap of card and just lift that glue up and out of the way, like so. So I'm going to pop that bit down first, then come in and just snip from behind so that's nice and flush, and then I'm going to add the other piece to the side here, and again once that's adhered, that's why you use liquid glue, gives a bit of movement. Again, just flip that over and cut away. Okay, so there's our card base. Now these animals are really easy to line up, so they're two-step stamp. So what you get is you get the detailed image and then you get a solid infill image. So if I show you on this one, I'm inking up my image really well. I'm going to come in, because these are photopolymer, I'm going to do my stamping pierce mat. So, Memento black, and then I'm coming in with some smoky slate. And all you do is to hover until you're happy that you're lined up. Press that down, you get a fabulous infill image, and all you need to do is line that up on your die cutting machine with the die, pop that through, and you'll have a lovely image. So you'll see here the dies just hug the image. Make sure it's lined up. If you're not sure about it, or if your plate moves, add a bit of post-it note or a little bit of washi tape to help you keep it in place while you die cut. So and it's the same process for the other animals as well. So I'm going to use the same one for my little squirrel. And I'm going to come in with my Cajun Craze. My Cajun Craze needs a bit of re-inking. Just waiting for my re-inker to arrive. I know we've had some issues with re-inkers, but they are on their way. That's the good news. So again, ink it up really well and then hover over the top and then come straight down. Don't need re-inking. Right, let's try again. There we go. Okay, it's probably not quite as good as I'd have liked, but there we go. Okay, and then repeat again with your little mouse. So once you've die cut those, you're going to end up with some super cute little creatures like so. And then I've done the same with the balloon. So the balloon, I've stamped the outer in real red, full strength, and then I've stamped off once to get the balloons. And I'll show you that when I do my image on the card itself. So I've then got some, I've cut the strings just out of some basic black as well. And away we go with some of our construction. So the great thing about this is our dimensionals, and the mini dimensionals are fabulous for these because they are a fabulous little shape. Now if you wanted to make your animals a little bit more realistic, a bit of shaping always helps. You can see I've used the reverse there when I was practicing. So just shape it on the reverse. So turn it face down on a soft surface on your stamping pierce mat and just rub it with, I'm using the end of my piercing tool. You could use the end of your scissors if you've got a ball tool. I find the one on our Take Your Pick is quite small. It's great for detail, but for these larger ones you just want something rounded. Back of a teaspoon is another good way of doing it as well. So let's pop those there. So now we've got them, I'm going to add my images. So I'm just popping one above below. And look, you'll see I'm coming towards the end of my dimensionals, so here comes the snipping on the sides. Always use these edge bits. So I'm going to create my scene. I'm going to pop my little raccoon fairly close to the edge because I want those balloons to be coming off to one side. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually add my strings. Now if you struggle with getting fine glue, always have a look at some of my other videos. I'll show you the technique whereby I just use a bit of sponge just to add those in. So there's our balloons. And we want it coming off to the side because I want to add those balloons at an angle. So I'm not going to need to stamp on, I think, with this actually. There we go, another little balloon. Pop our squirrel on our left hand side. He just goes, I've just put this one off to the left of our little raccoon. Let's get that ink pad out of the way for you. Now if you wanted to, you could obviously colour these in it with pencils if you wanted to get a bit more detail, or just add a bit of shading as well if you didn't want to use the infill colours as much. And then all I've done with the mouse is with this second balloon string, I've just cut it off at the bottom because obviously quite a bit smaller. And actually, here we go, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to remove that one. I think I'm going to add that one onto the other side. Here we go. This is what happens when you're doing something. Make a change. So I'm actually going to add my sticky pad to the left hand side so that balloon will stick on the left there, like so. And then I'm going to add my little strings. Now I'm getting in all sorts of mess. Oh dear. Right. Okay. I meant to snip the string off first. Add my second string there, and then I'm going to add another balloon to the corner. There we go, right. There we go, just add that one in there. And then I'm going to stamp one on the side here as well. So I'll just get my real red. I've just noticed my video battery is running low, so it's going to be fun. Here we go. Okay, it's not the best one. Okay, I'll probably come in and add a different string. Again, just hover over the top there. Bend that string to attach to that balloon. And I'm missing a creature. Who am I missing? Nope, we're all done. So the last bit is to add a little bit of grass to the front, because I kind of didn't like the way it's sort of hanging there. So I'm just curving a piece, adding a couple of bits of dimensional onto the edge of that grass. Like so. And then I'm going to pop that on the front there, just to give a little bit of dimension as well. Just made it feel a little bit more realistic, as if they were standing in stuff. Blades of grass. like so. And then the last bit is the sentiment. The sentiment I've used is actually, it isn't one of the ones from the stamp set, it's actually from the Itty Bitty Greetings, but you could just as easily use the thank you that's in here, which I just spotted. So that's what I'm going to do very quickly, and I can grab a block. So I think I'll use the real red again. I've got my thank you, and I've just die cut the little words there. Thank you. And that can be added onto the front here, and just adds onto our panel. I can't get my words out today. Don't know what's the matter with me. Who knows? I've just been rushing around trying to get stuff done. The words just go. So here we go. Just pop that in there, and there we have a cute little thank you or a birthday card using our fabulous Special Someone stamp set and dies. Thank you for watching. Come back and see me again soon, and I'll be back with some more creations. Bye now.